Welcome back to Pelangi 21. Today I will show you the best movies released in 2023. Past lives follows Na Young and Hae Sung. They often walk back home together after school. Na Young moves to New York with her parents. Hae Sung continues living in Korea. Both keep in touch periodically through video chats where they talk of their past and general stuff. Meanwhile in New York, Na has changed her name to Nora, made a name as a playwright and is happily married to Arthur. Hae is keen to meet Nora and visits her in New York where he spends some time with her and Arthur. The Zone of Interest follows Rudolf Huss and his wife Hedwig strive to build a dream life for their family in a house and garden next to the camp. They throw pool parties and take afternoon tea with friends. Presenting an absolutely chilling look at how normalization works, at some point, you simply stop hearing the barking dogs, gunshots, and human suffering happening right outside your own backyard. Godzilla -1 follows Shikishima. A surviving kamikaze pilot is attacked on Oto Island along with many warplane engineers by a gargantuan monster. After the engineers die due to Shikishima failing to distract the monster, an overwhelming amount of guilt weighs on him, especially after a homeless woman and a baby move into his home when he returns. Shikishima, now on a personal mission, teams up with a large group of veterans to finally take down the monster known as Godzilla. Killers of the Flower Moon, about a murder epidemic in the oil-rich Osage Nation circa the early 1920s, narrows its focus on the love story between Ernest Burkhart and his wife Molly. She's watched her mother and sisters perish via both a mysterious wasting illness and outright murder. The fear is that her husband and his uncle are after her family's wealth and land rights. Anatomy of a Fall begins when Samuel is found dead in the snow outside the isolated chalet where he lived with his wife Sandra and their partially sighted 11-year-old son Daniel. An investigation leads to a conclusion of suspicious death. Sandra is indicted, and we follow her trial which pulls the couple's relationship apart. Daniel is caught in the middle, between the trial and their home life. Poor Things follows Bella Baxter, a young woman brought back to life by her guardian, scientist Godwin Baxter. Bella is eager to learn about the world around her, but she can't do much under Baxter's protection. Her desire to see more leads her to run off with Duncan Wedderburn, a slick and debauched lawyer. Oppenheimer is a dramatization of the life story of J. Robert Oppenheimer, the physicist who had a large hand in the development of the atomic bomb, thus helping end World War II. We see his life from university days all the way to post-World War II, where his fame saw him embroiled in political machinations. Barbie tells about Barbie the doll who lives in bliss in the matriarchal society of Barbieland, feeling good about her role in the world and the various iterations of Barbies that they can be whatever and whoever they want. One day, stereotypical Barbie begins to have feelings which she's never experienced, which leads to her world seemingly falling apart. Weird Barbie determines that there is something happening in the real world with someone playing with her being unhappy, leading to stereotypical Barbie reluctantly heading to the real world to rectify what is happening with that person. The Holdovers follows Paul, who remains at school to supervise students unable to journey home. After a few days, only one student holdover remains, a troublemaking 15-year-old named Angus, a good student whose bad behavior always threatens to get him expelled. Joining Paul and Angus is head cook Mary, an African-American woman who caters to sons of privilege and whose own son was recently lost in Vietnam. These three very different shipwrecked people form an unlikely Christmas family, sharing comic misadventures during 2 very snowy weeks in New England. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse follows Miles Morales and his epic adventure that will transport Brooklyn's full-time, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man across the multiverse to join forces with Gwen Stacy and a new team of Spider people to face off with a villain more powerful than anything they have ever encountered. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notification.